Hey, good evening, everybody. No need to keep you waiting on this cold, almost last day of this very long month here in January. The first week of February actually looks a little bit better, but then I'm looking down the road and I made a post on Facebook. It looks like it could be even, we get a repeat as we go into the middle of February. So snow lovers, there's still a chance for a decent snow around here in the Tennessee Valley, but we probably won't see it tonight or tomorrow. But we're still holding hope for areas of DeKalb and Jackson County, um, just along the state line for maybe an inch or two. And we're seeing some of those flurries out there tonight, by the way, and those will continue. And that we'll have what's called convective snow showers in a few areas tomorrow. If we see some sunshine, there's just enough instability where, just like you would get a rain shower, a convective rain shower, you can get these updrafts inside these little clouds. You get it instead of raining, you get the snow shower, and then you get some gusty winds with that too. And outside of that, the big story is the wind gusts. 35 to 40 miles an hour tomorrow, and that's going to push the wind chill factor well below zero. So make sure you're ready for that for sure. Let's get into your forecast. As far as the weekend goes, just a brutal weekend out there. 25 tomorrow. Some of you won't even get above 20 degrees, and it's definitely not going to feel anywhere above the single digits due to the wind. Down to 16 tonight, 14 tomorrow night, and then Sunday we get above freezing. Some of you may stay below freezing, and that's why it's going to be really important to make sure you drip those faucets, maybe even a stream out there. As we go about an hour down the road here, about 11:15 or so, we continue to see the setup. Outside of the Georgia state line, basically, it's pretty scattered, very isolated, very cold. Northwest winds sustained at 10 to 20, but then really starting to pick up overnight. Notice the snow continues. It's possible you'll see that upgrade to a winter weather advisory in some of those areas. We'll continue to monitor that. Again, it's going to be what we call nowcasting. We're just going to see what's going on and keep you up to date as it falls. But we could see some slick spots over there where you get an inch accumulation. The road temperatures were still warm because you warmed up it in the mid 40s today. So that would be one concern. If the snow does pick up, you could see patches of ice. So again, those are probably going to be very limited to the northeast corner of the state. Initially tonight, they could be some wet snowflakes, and that's the reason for that concern. But as we go through the day tomorrow, most of these will be really dry snowflakes and blow right across the road. So you see not much left over. Most of this will be confined tomorrow afternoon into central Georgia, in and around Atlanta. If you got a flight, you could probably forget it from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport over there. They're going to be pretty locked in. Around here, again, just cold, biting cold weather out there. It's going to just be brutal. And again, tomorrow at 5 o'clock as we approach sunset, some of you still 19 degrees in Fort Payne. The wind doesn't die down until we get into at some point Sunday afternoon, middle of the morning. So cold for that ride to church. Here's your snow forecast. Again, a dusting is about all I can really do. I can't really see anything more than that in the areas I've got in kind of a grayish white. But you get right along that magical Georgia state line, and that's where you get that inch potential, maybe a little bit more. And those are the areas we would be concerned somewhat, especially with the road temperatures warming today. We may see some patchy ice with the melting and then the refreezing of that. Now, tomorrow morning, it's just the wind is really going to be the story. Good. I'm just going to stay in the garage and work on projects, stay warm in there. Hope the power stays on. I'm sure it will. Again, TVA. The only thing that would take the power grid down would be too many people. I mean, just too much demand on the power grid itself. I think we're going to be okay in that. And again, TVA seems to think they've got that locked in. So that's good. And again, they can compute everything that we're giving you into their system and know how much they expect people to use the power. I will say your HVAC units, some of them may suffer out there. The heat pumps, they do not like this cold air at all. If your heat pump's on the north side of the house, it's going to be a little bit more vulnerable, I would think, because that's where the wind becomes a factor there, and it just continues to keep that unit locked into the cold, very cold, in fact. And then the north side of the house also shaded as well. Here's Saturday at 12:30. Notice the wind gust 40 all the way down towards Montgomery and the Gulf Coast. This is going to be a whopper of a windstorm coming through here, and then the winds don't die down until, as I mentioned earlier, some point as in the middle of the morning on Sunday. So just very, very cold air coming in. So tonight, we're going to go with a few flurries out there. Light snow potentially along that Georgia state line. 16 for the low, wind chill of 8. But the wind chill gets worse tomorrow, as I showed you, as the winds pick up. Scattered flurries, a snow shower or two, winds 35 miles per hour. Those will be the gusts, a high briefly at 25. And your 10-day forecast for first alert weather day tomorrow. It's just because it's so cold, windy. It's just not fun at all. We get a reprieve here, though. We get slightly below normal, we'll call it, by Tuesday, 52 for the high. I think our normal high is around 55 this time of year. So we stay well below normal. More freezes during the overnight hours, but I will tell you Tuesday, Wednesday, right now looks like rain. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. You guys have a great weekend, and y'all stay safe, okay?